What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. Today I am using my platform as another excuse to show you guys a bunch of things that I spent way too much money on so that I can use them as a tax write-off. Anyways, I posted a YouTube short up on my channel like a week or so ago showing this miniature shop that I went to. Basically a store that literally sells exclusively miniatures, and I spent way too much money, but hey, I'm not mad about it because I love supporting a small business, and this is a lot of cool stuff. Like a lot of these are antique like dollhouse miniatures and stuff like that. Some of it's new products as well, but it is really cool to like be able to go somewhere and like see a shop that supports just miniatures and like is still supporting a community of people who make things like this as well. I don't really know necessarily what I'm going to be using all these things for yet, but definitely stuff that I want to use in a lot of future short films, so I'm super excited to show all these to you guys. And without further ado, let's get right on into it. Okay, so I bought a lot of things, so I'm not exactly sure like how to go about the order that I'm showing you in, but I'm going to start off with like technically the main item, the thing that I knew that I was going to buy, and then it all just like spiraled downhill from there. But this is like a kind of 50s diner set. So it is 3 pieces and then came with this little like tabletop jukebox thing. Okay, so here's a better level so you can actually like see all this stuff properly. But I was not expecting like these couches to actually be made of like a faux leather. So they're a little bit like plush kind of. There's obviously some kind of filling inside to make this feel like a real booth cushion. Just like the table looks really nice, and I love this little thing as well. I think it's so cool. Like the craftsmanship and the attention to detail is absolutely crazy, and I've never really seen something like this before. So let's get some little characters here. Obviously the table is extremely tall for LPS, but the chairs I feel like are properly sized so they can actually like sit here and face each other and have a conversation without it looking too crazy. So I'm not really sure like again what I'm going to be using this for, but I love the vibe of it, and like this is very much feels like a period piece, and I really like stories that are like from this kind of era up to the like 80s and 90s and stuff like that. So this is definitely going to be super useful for the kind of stuff that I want to make. And again, like just look at that, like this is so cool. It looks like a real piece of furniture, which is crazy. And the other big thing that I got was a little living room set that comes with a couch and 2 chairs. So again, like what I already said about the craftsmanship, like the patterning is beautiful. There's actually like some plushness to the cushions and like the real wood pieces and stuff. And I again really love the vibe of this. Most of the other couches and stuff that I have are from Calico Critters, and they fit LPS pretty well, but I feel like you can really only fit 1 pet like on the whole ass couch. And this couch is like absolutely big enough for multiple characters to sit on. It also came with 2 pillows, which I love because you can use those for the couch, you can put them on the chairs, use them for a bed, like whatever. But again, I feel like they are quite roomy for a lot of different pets, and I just think they look so nice. Like I love the colors of these, so I got to use like all of my willpower not to get fake blood on these because I want to keep them looking nice. But yeah, that is the couch, and obviously those were the much more expensive big ticket items. But now we're going to move on to everything else that is on the smaller side. And obviously I had to get a cool TV because we were already kind of going with that like 60s 70s kind of theme, so I thought this TV was super cool. I don't have any miniature TVs from this era, don't worry about the price tag, but yeah, I thought this was cool. I could like superimpose something onto the screen if I actually wanted them to be watching something, but this just made sense to me with like the living room that we're already kind of building here. Okay, this is kind of random. I think you can see this in the reel that I posted, but they had a little section that was like just for musical instruments and stuff, so I picked up this guitar. I don't know how to play the guitar, but I kind of wish that I did so that I could play a guitar that looks exactly like this. I love the red color. I think this is so cool. Again, a little bit large for a Littlest Pet Shop, especially if they were going to be playing it like that. So I feel like this would be more of like a background prop that would be in somebody's room. That was kind of the vision that I had, but it comes with this stand. But you know, I think mostly I was just kind of captivated by how shiny this is. But again, with the stand, like that's super nice. Definitely inspiring for a set build for sure. It sits better on the stand. It just needs a little bit of finesse, so don't worry about the fact that it just fell over. Okay, then I got a miniature bong because I don't have one of these. And yeah, so I think this might be like resin 3D printed by the looks of it, but I chose this one because I liked how it was clear, and then I like this design that was painted on it. You can see the signature of this artist. It was made in 2023, but again, just a prop that I might potentially need for a future video. Here's another newer item that you can obviously tell is 3D printed, but it is a hot glue gun. When have you ever seen a miniature hot glue gun before? It also came with 2 teeny little hot glue sticks. I wish that there was a hole here so you could actually put them inside. Unfortunately you can't, but I still thought that again this was like super cool. Don't know when I would ever need this, but it's like a cool detail to have like on a character's desk or something something like that. I feel like I'm definitely more into those like small detail aspects of set design and stuff like that. Here's another super small item. This is a tiny little gold watch. So it lays flat like pretty nicely like this, but the strap is actually like a ribbon. So I thought that maybe I could put this on an LPS, and I wanted to try that really quickly on camera. And it's pretty big, so I feel like it could fit on some animals with larger feet. But yeah, there you go. He's all blinged out. Pretty cool. Then I got this really cool metal, like old-timey cash register. The drawer, as you can see, like comes all the way out, which is super cool. Again, don't know when I would need this, but for stuff that's like kind of supposed to be more of a period piece, I thought this would be super cool and useful. And again, like I think the craftsmanship of this looks really cool, and it's not something that you really see every day. Like this isn't the kind of stuff that I could just go to Michael's and buy super easily. Like I wanted to make sure that I was getting items that were a little bit more unique to certain things that I want to make in the future. I also got a Ouija board. I actually already have a miniature Ouija board, but this one is different than the one that I already have. So it's made of wood, and it has this drawer that comes out with a little thingy that I actually don't know what it's called, but I thought that, again, like it's cool, something that I can see myself using, and it's different than the one that I do have already, that of course I haven't used, but maybe someday I will. And then I got these rubber gloves. Obviously, these are for human hands. They wouldn't actually be something you could fit on a little pet shop, but to me, they would still work as something that you could see in the background of a set, like on a kitchen table or whatever, or in a bathroom. Obviously, if you know the kinds of videos that I really like to make, they're going to be in different types of sets, and that kind of goes in with the last couple items that I have to show you guys. So first up, we got a meat grinder, because again, when have you ever seen a miniature meat grinder? And it also does have parts that move, so the little handle spins, and then this blade spins as well when you turn it, which is like so cool. It's one that would like sit off the edge of a table, I think, so you can definitely expect to see that in the same set that you would see the rubber gloves. Then I got some various packaged raw meat that I just thought looked cool. So we got these lamb chops that are packaged. Obviously, I feel like I could open this and take them out, but I do also like the way that it looks closed and with the label on it. And then same for this one. I think this is some kind of like steak or like slab of beef or whatever. I feel like these are probably some kind of like 3D printed material. I'm not really sure what this is made out of, but this one feels a lot more handmade. Like this is literally just a real piece of saran wrap that the creator put over this, and I feel like this black thing is actually a piece of foam. But yeah, I really like this as well. The rest of what I have to show you is also meat. Here's another little steak. This one looks super raw, and this is a much older piece. I took it out of the packaging already, but it was like here we go. Like this was the bottom of the package, so I feel like you can see how old this is. I don't obviously know like when it was made or when it's from, but I really like the look of it. And I just unfortunately have not really mastered how to create miniature food myself, but I love stuff like this. I don't have any like really realistic miniature meat pieces. And then the final thing, I didn't really think I was gonna buy because it's super expensive low-key for what it is, but it is a little Tupperware full of some kind of organs or intestines. I'm obviously definitely gonna use this in a video someday, but I liked it a lot. I like the Tupperware too. I might try to remove it from the lid so I can actually like put the lid on top of it maybe. Don't look at the price. But yeah, it looks like there's ketchup in there too. It's also very dusty. Like I'm not really sure how popular of a store this necessarily is, but I definitely gave them a lot of business for the month, I feel like. So yeah, this is like my second time kind of making a video like this. I made a video where I showed a bunch of miniatures that I purchased at Michael's. So if you guys want to go check out the video as well, you can see like miniatures that are a little bit more accessible to the average consumer. These are a little bit more high end, obviously. Like I'm very aware that I spent a lot of money at this place, but I'm very excited to use all these items. I've definitely been slacking on like the short film and series stuff that I kind of want to make, but like getting all of this in my possession, I don't like the way that this just like moved, but it's definitely inspiring me a lot. So yeah, let me know which of these items was your favorite. And again, if you saw the reel or the short that I posted, like what would you have been super interested in buying if you saw that store? I saw a lot of people that were like, if only I had infinite time and money. And you're so right, dude. Like I would have bought everything if I could. It's so cool. They had so many like miniature bathroom sets that were honestly like beautiful. Like I would have loved to buy those bathtubs, but I just have no use for a bathtub really. Like realistically, I would probably never film like a normal scene in a fancy bathroom like that, but you know, we'll see. Who knows? I'll probably go back there again in the future because this is actually my second time at this miniature shop. So I actually do have a video where I showed a couple of the other things that I bought the first time somewhere on my channel, but this time I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna spend a lot of money, and these were the things that I decided to buy. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, by watching this, you help justify my purchases, and hopefully you will see all these things in in some future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all then. Bye!